Have you ever wondered why you feel more confident wearing a Nike shirt or why you can't stop staring at a Versace logo? It's not an accident. It's a psychological trap. Today, we're diving into the hidden logic of 5 world-famous brands that spent millions to play with your mind. Nike, the goddess of victory. Most people think the Nike swoosh is just a checkmark, but it's actually the wing of Nike, the Greek goddess of victory. In 1971, a student named Carolyn Davidson designed it for just $35. The founder, Phil Knight, actually hated it at first. He said, "I don't love it, but I'll grow to like it." Hidden logic. The angle of the wing represents speed and motion. It tells your brain that with these shoes, you are unstoppable. Nike, from the trunk of a car to a global empire. Before it was a multi-billion-dollar brand, Nike was just a man selling shoes from the trunk of his car. Phil Knight, the founder, started with only $500. He was rejected by many banks and almost went bankrupt several times. The logic of Nike's success isn't just a logo. It's endurance. They didn't just sell shoes. They sold the spirit of an athlete. Even when the founder hated the logo at first, he trusted the process. Today, that $35 logo is worth billions. Adidas, the mountain of challenges. Why does Adidas have 3 stripes? Originally, they were used for stability to hold the shoe together. But later, the stripes were tilted to look like a mountain. The logic here is deep. The mountain represents the obstacles every athlete must overcome to reach the peak of success. It's a constant reminder that greatness requires a climb. Adidas, the war between brothers. Adidas was born in a small laundry room in Germany. But did you know it came from a family war? The Dassler brothers, Odi and Rudi, had a massive fight and split the company. Rudi started Puma and Odi started Adidas. Odi's success logic was innovation. He personally visited athletes, asking what they needed. In the 1954 World Cup, Adidas created screw-in studs for football boots during a rainy final. Germany won, and Adidas became a legend overnight. Versace, the curse of beauty. Versace doesn't use a normal logo. They use Medusa the woman from Greek myths who turns people to stone. Why? Because Johnny Versace wanted his brand to have a fatal attraction. The logic is simple. Once you look at Medusa's eyes, you are paralyzed by her beauty. Versace wants you to fall in love with their products so deeply that there is no turning back. Versace, from a tailor's son to a fashion king. Johnny Versace grew up watching his mother sew in a small dress shop in Italy. He didn't go to a fancy design school. He learned by doing. His struggle was breaking into the elitist fashion world with his bold and loud designs. Everyone said it was too much. But Versace's logic was boldness. He broke the rules of fashion. He turned models into superstars and made clothes that were impossible to ignore. He proved that even a tailor's son can rule the world if he dares to be different. Lacoste, the alligator bet. René Lacoste was a tennis champion. He was nicknamed the alligator because of his tenacity on court. The logo started from a bet. He promised his captain he'd win a match for an alligator skin suitcase. He lost the bet, but a friend drew a crocodile and embroidered it on his shirt. Lacoste was the first brand to ever put a logo on the outside of clothes. Infologics. It turned a shirt into a status symbol. Lacoste, the logic of the crocodile. René Lacoste was told he wasn't strong enough for tennis. But he used logic and practice to become world #1. In the 1920s, tennis players wore uncomfortable long-sleeved shirts. Lacoste hated it. He struggled to change the traditional sports uniform. He created the polo shirt for himself. People laughed at his crocodile logo at first, but his success logic was functionality. He made something comfortable that also looked expensive. He turned a sports shirt into a lifestyle. Apple, the bite of knowledge. Many think the bite in the Apple logo is a tribute to Alan Turing, but the designer Rob Janoff says otherwise. The bite was added so people wouldn't confuse the apple with a cherry. But here is the hidden genius. Byte sounds exactly like byte, the fundamental unit of data. The logo represents the intersection of nature and technology. It's simple, perfect, and fits the golden ratio. Apple, the logic of failure and rebirth. Steve Jobs was fired from the very company he started in a garage. Imagine that struggle. He lost his power and his reputation. But he didn't stop. He came back years later when Apple was weeks away from bankruptcy. His logic was simplicity. He cut 90% of their products and focused on only a few great things like the iMac and iPhone. He taught the world that less is more. The logic behind these 5 brands is clear. Success doesn't come from a perfect start. It comes from a bold vision and the strength to overcome failure. Whether it's a $35 wing or a bitten apple, these logos represent a dream that never gave up. What's your favorite brand story? Comment below. And if you found this logical, subscribe to Infologics for more.